Here's a hard truth we don't talk about enough. An engineered famine killed millions of Ukrainians in the early 1930s. It has a name: Holodomor, death by hunger. And the world almost didn't hear about it. So, who forced the truth into the light? Start with a Welsh journalist named Gareth Jones. In 1933, he slipped past Soviet minders, walked village to village in Ukraine, wrote exactly what he saw: people starving, fields seized, roads watched. He published dispatches that year: plain, urgent, undeniable. Then there's Malcolm Muggeridge of the Manchester Guardian. He took the same dangerous route, secretly described a countryside depopulated by policy, not drought. Their reward? Smear campaigns, blacklisting, denial from powerful voices. An Austrian engineer, Alexander Wienerberger, added images. He smuggled out photographs from Kharkiv, faces like shadows, empty streets, a city starving. Those photos became proof you couldn't spin. Decades later, after survivors carried memories in silence, scholars picked up the trail. Robert Conquest's The Harvest of Sorrow in 1986 pulled scattered evidence into a single, devastating case. James Mace, working with the U.S. Commission on the Ukraine famine, gathered testimonies that governments had buried and the world had ignored. Ukrainian diaspora activists kept the candles lit, collecting stories, funding documentaries, pushing for recognition when it wasn't fashionable. So why don't we talk about the Holodomor like we do the Holocaust? First, Soviet censorship worked. The state criminalized speaking about famine, falsified harvest numbers, punished anyone who asked questions. Second, Western gatekeepers failed. A star correspondent in Moscow, Walter Duranty of the New York Times, dismissed famine reports as exaggerations. That line, amplified by access, politics, and wishful thinking, muddied the water for years. Third, geopolitics. As Nazi Germany rose, many in the West wanted the USSR as a counterweight. Ugly truths got sidelined. After World War II, the Holocaust, documented, filmed, prosecuted, became the moral reference point for industrialized mass murder. The Holodomor, locked behind the Iron Curtain, remained fragmented, no Nuremberg. Few photos, testimonies scattered in exile. There are parallels: dehumanization, the machinery of a state targeting a people, mass death by design. And there are differences in methods, differences in ideology, differences in documentation. Remembering one does not diminish the other, it deepens our understanding of both. So what changed? Glastnost. In the late 1980s, Gorbachev loosened censorship. Archives cracked open. Journalists and citizens in Ukraine could finally speak publicly about 1932 to 33 without fear. Newspapers printed forbidden words. Local memorials appeared on roads where bodies had lain. Scholars accessed party orders, grain requisition files, blacklists of unreliable villages. The narrative shifted from rumor to record. Diaspora work met newly freed voices at home. Testimonies flowed, documentaries aired. School curricula began to include the famine. In independent Ukraine after 1991, remembrance moved from private grief to public history. Museums, archives, a day of memory. Here's the takeaway: truth needed couriers, a few reporters who wouldn't look away, an engineer with a camera, survivors who trusted strangers with their pain, researchers who sifted files for years, and a political opening, glastnost, that let facts breathe. If this is new to you, that's not your fault.